Okay, so Anna and I are working on Anna's first book of her first story that she's just writing that she likes to tell over and over again. So it occurred to me, I was doing a video earlier today in the car, which you might also see on YouTube somewhere, where I was, she's telling me over and over a story, which, autistic kids often tell the same story over and over again, or same thing over and over again. At least this was a story that was real. It wasn't just something from a show or something. Anyway, so I realized that this is an opportunity for her to write a story. So we started a new notebook, a new challenge
It's great
notebook.
that they made new My Little Pony Beanie Babies, like Princess Cadence and Princess Celestia and Princess Luna. Did you see they made new ones? The stuffed animal beanie baby.
What do you mean new ones, though?
Like new ponies.
They make, when you make something, it's always new, so they make ponies. It's great that they make ponies being in a variety of sizes.
Yeah, in a variety of sizes.
Okay,
and
types, right?
And types.
Yeah.
Remember we got Princess Cadence from the weddings at one time?
Yes, I do. That's good. That's good.
That was a great one of her, Princess Cadence.
Yeah.
We can also get Princess Luna in the short size, like Princess. We can get Princess Luna in the short size, like Princess Cadence, so she'll have a background on.
We can, if we get our work done. So take the goal, throw it out into the future, throw it out down the path. Now get working to get there, right? So we're going to work to getting there. So Anna earns money. So Anna has autism. We have a Sunrise program that's morphed into also a Not Boniel method program.
I love it. I love playing with volunteers in that program.
Yeah, that's good. Unprompted. So we started, thank you for sharing that. We started a stories book today. It's Anna's first story ever. I'm so excited about this. Like, she's just like writing like sentences, and so it basically says, Mom and I went for a walk yesterday after we took, and we should just say his name, my brother, to school. And then,
do you remember my Jumpstart Languages game when we were trying to find it? We lost it on our move.
I do remember that. That can be another story. This is so exciting. So what's exciting is all the stuff that she says.
And then I remember their names from their languages game, like Chloe.
Yes, we can say Anna loses the story of Jumpstart Languages, right? So we can write about how, like, she always says these things over and over again. We can have an actual story.
And I always keep saying their names, like Chloe and Hiroshi.
Tell people what those are, which are
animal characters from my game.
What's the game called?
Jumpstart Languages.
From my game, Jumpstart Languages, right?
And I see the donkey's name. I remember Chloe the cat,
right?
Hiroshi the monkey, and Roxy the raccoon, and Serafina the donkey, like the one in our program.
Right.
It's like
okay.
The same name.
Okay, so I'll hold for just a second. Hey, we're recording for YouTube, so don't say anything. Hey, so Anna's writing this story that is, Mom and I went for a walk yesterday after I took my brother to school. I was wearing my new black shoes, which are my favorite shoes because they're so comfortable.
Mom wants us to go for a walk most days because she says it's good for us to lose weight, and I agree with that.
Oh, it says good for to lose, good for us. You left out the us word. And I agree with that. Good. So so we headed down our street. And I want you to see what it's like. Now we're pausing where she actually is, so you can see how we're doing this. So she headed down the street.
I'd rather buy my stuffed animals at all the places rather than looking for them online.
It's cheaper.
Yes.
Why do you want to do it though?
Because I wouldn't have to tell you to go online for my Beanie Baby stuff.
Right, but it's going to take just as long. Why is telling me to go online any worse than just going?
Because I think I like getting them at all the places like Pick and Save and Walgreens.
Oh, that is nice, and it will save us a lot of money. It's because you don't pay any shipping.
I love the SpongeBob ball that Matt plays with it, and he imitates SpongeBob's voice saying, "Psst, Anna."
What does he say?
Pass Matt the ball. When he says money time.
Money is time?
Yeah.
Oh, that's so funny. Or time is money. What do you mean money time? What is money time?
Like saying...
Oh, money time because you guys are playing with the coins.
Yes.
I'm sorry, I thought you were saying time was money.
When I was playing with those coins.
Okay, so here, let's do the next line of the story.
Remember the new wave of them keeps breaking a lot?
Well, the one that's gone was breaking. The one we have isn't breaking yet.
And I keep pretending... It's to see... I remember...
It's too bad. It's because it kept falling. The lid because it kept trying to prop it up with nothing behind it, and then the lid would fall on the floor.
Okay, go.
Here, so let's keep writing our story. So since we headed down our street, see if we can finish telling the story so people can see how it is to have somebody tell a story.
Right.
So, okay, for her to struggle to kind of figure out what to say. Okay, so we headed down our street. Go ahead. What's next, Anna? Hey, good looking.
Hi, Mom.
That's called joining. Hey, so let's keep going. Okay, so we headed down our street. Go ahead.
Do you remember you were doing the training and talking with Serafina, and she was saying like I was imitating Roxy, acting her out.
Okay, so why don't we?
Do you remember that?
I do, but that can be another
And you
story.
and you didn't like it how she was doing with me.
Let's do that story. Let's switch to this story. Okay, this is the story. Wait, this first story's gonna be called. Let's give it a title. Mom and I went for a walk, or Mom and I walk and bought things, or what's the story for this?
Mom
story?
and I walk and bought toys.
Here, go ahead and write that. Mom and I walked and bought toys. That's the title. Mom, put it up here. Mom and I walked
and bought toys.
And bought toys. You go ahead and use the ampersand
Mom
sign.
and I.
Ooh, I don't know if there's gonna be a room. How about just walked? Because there's a lot of room. Walked. Okay, we can finish that story. I would finish the story later.
Bought toys. Yeah.
Okay.
I'll finish the story later.
Right, but because it sounds like you really want to talk about the thing with Serafina, so let's switch to Serafina and write that as a story.
Yes.
So we're gonna have all the stories like written down, and she's gonna have the stories. That'll be her storybook. It's exciting.
Yeah.
It's what you always want to do because you can't.
Right.
This is why people have verbal stories in the cultures. People want to remember something. That's my buddy. So we're doing the sunrise program. So when she does isms, when she looks off, I join her, and this is kind of like a joint ism that's similar.
I always love you.
I love
you, buddy.
Yeah, we're buddies. I love you too, baby. We're always. Let's just hit this thing, and then let's do this. Do you want to do our handshake? Let's do the handshake thing. We do this thing. Remember, we do it, and then we do like this. Then we slide, and then we bump. I don't know if people can see that or not. All right, cool. All right, so here we go. So let's keep going on the Serafina thing. So this is going to be.
You were like talking to her, and she was like,
okay, so say like was a few days ago.
A few
days ago.
Serafina.
My mom was training Serafina. So right there, my mom was training Serafina.
Yeah.
That's a good place to start. Okay, so you get the idea. Keep going. And I want people to see, and we have not focused on this. This is the whole thing with autism is you can't control what's going to come up. Go ahead. You can't force it, really.
Yes, what can I put?
So you're going to write.
Today?
It wasn't today.
Yesterday.
It wasn't yesterday either.
Okay.
So what's a word that's not today, not yesterday, but it wasn't that long ago? What's the word for that?
What's a word for that?
I had a piece of paper with all these on it. It's all the adverbs, Anna. Remember, there's like a long time ago, recently.
Right.
I mean, it's in one of your books, one of your training books. I can't remember which one. I don't think it's in here. Okay, so here are your choices.
Yes, let's do.
A few days ago, a few weeks ago.
A few days ago, a few weeks ago.
Recently.
Recently.
Which one?
My mom talked to
Which one? Which
a few weeks ago.
It was not a few weeks ago.
It was a long time ago.
It was not a long time ago.
What was it then?
It was just a few days ago, or recently.
My mom was talking to Serafina
recently, so recently. Ago. Or either one. It's recent.
My mom was talking.
I was training Serafina. Change that.
Was
not just talking.
Was training Serafina.
There's so much good stuff in these books. This is one of our training books, for example. These are all things I've come up with. That she's come up with, I've come up with. I'm just flipping through here. I even have the periodic table in here. Memory challenge about remembering things. Components of dates, solar system.
Right.
Multiplication table, parts of speech, like noun, pronoun. And there's so much stuff in here. That's just a tiny bit. We're trying to translate some things into English that she likes. Like she likes a song called De Colors. Anyway, so that's enough.
And I feel like I can say like, "What if I just start Spanish?"
Here.
No.
My mom was training who?
I know you like the.
Who was I training? Who was I training?
Is Aunt Tasty like, "What if I just start Spanish?" Because I know you keep listening to the De Colors song. I thought I would go back to playing.
No, but that's what you're gonna pay you for that.
Yes.
You're gonna get $5 for that. If you write down and you translate it, you're gonna write it all in Spanish. Then you're gonna write what it means in English, and then you're gonna sing it to me in Spanish. Right? You got it? That's a good. I already wrote that in the new blue book, which is floating around here. All right, so go ahead. Go ahead. My mom was training who?
My mom was training Serafina.
Right. So Serafina.
She's coming here. Right.
She is coming here soon. Like in 5 minutes. Uh-oh. I better check my phone.
Okay.
Stay here. But I keep going. My mom was training Serafina.
I'm spelling it with
It's not
SERA.
important. It's not important. Just it's like I want to.
What was it? Did you miss it?
No, there is nobody.
Go
ahead.
You missed the call.
No, it's a fakey call.
Yeah, that's
Like
a
mom
fakey
was
call.
training. It doesn't matter. Like what people see is okay. So
Yeah.
just spell it. However, about what or what is what? Why are you saying like what's the point? I was training her and what?
And she told you about rock.
And she
And
you can
do
just
ampersand.
and. Well, you have to put a comma. You have to have a comma because there was a pause. Mom was training Serafina.
And.
Oh, you don't have to have, actually, because it's an and don't put an ampersand in the middle of a sentence. You would just do an and, a regular and.
Yeah.
Let's training Serafina and a regular and. And.
And
then what? And
she told you about the Roxy.
and who's she?
And
Well, then
her.
Okay, so it's confusing when you say her because there's two hers in the sentence.
Yes.
And I would even just say and she told my mom because then you know who's who. She told my mom.
My mom, right? And she told my mom, right?
Right.
And she told my mom.
Can give me a sense of how
She told
my mom what
about the Roxy
and
story.
this is called a margin. This is the first time Anne's ever written a story, so you don't go past this line.
With my language.
Okay. And she told me, what do you mean the Roxy story? People listening are not going to know what that means.
My Roxy story. She
a
told
story
me
told my mom about a story.
About a story.
Wait, don't go into the margin.
Okay,
I was just
sorry.
saying. About you can leave the A is okay. About and you can put story.
Story. Right.
Now tell people who are listening what that how you describe it. A story
about Roxy.
No, don't say Roxy because you can say Roxy and then you have to say who is and they have to say
raccoon
who is a raccoon from Jumpstart Languages.
She told my mom a story about Roxy the raccoon for my languages game.
Right, perfect.
Yes.
Oh my gosh, that's perfect. Why are you laughing? This is great. Why are you laughing? I'm excited that you're writing so well. Oh my gosh. Going Roxy, keep going. Why are you laughing though? Why were you just laughing so big?
Because I was like pretending to laugh and tease her.
Oh, no, I thought you were reacting to the. Who are you teasing?
Roxy, because I think she's funny because that's a great story.
Oh, okay. So go ahead and finish the story here. Story about Roxy.
The raccoon.
So every sentence is kind of like, what do you want to say? And then leaving the things that are left out. And this is going to help her with writing, speaking. She's going to be able to open this up. And then she can kind of like maybe let it go because she's written it down. I never thought about that this is like an urge to remember the story and like why this is again why oral histories have a
story about Roxy the raccoon.
Cultures passed down
from my languages.
From my languages game.
Yes, that's
this
right.
Is exciting. I thought you were excited. I was excited about how great. Wow, you're doing writing the story.
Languages game.
Aw. Right. Now we're going to keep writing, but I just want people to see. So
yeah.
we're basically every time something comes up as a separate story, she often will go back and say, "Remember the time that the," and so we're going to flip the page and start that story. And now all of them are going to be like one page. That is really great, Anna. So look, and from my languages game, period. And then you can then say the next thing, and then who said what, and what happened.
Roxy came there to Mr. Burns' office.
Well, in the story, you can start over here, or you can at the end here in the. Sorry, I'm buzzing in the next person. We have a sunrise program that runs kind of like on and off all day, on and off different days, every day of the week, pretty much. Anyway, you can contact me about that if you want information about that. Anyway, so for my languages game, keep going in, and we're going to stop. It's already 15 minutes, but so you get the idea. That we make up curriculum on the fly, and this is a perfect example. So autistic kids are repeating things. Think about that they want to write a story, and make it the book. Like make the repetitive story the book. And so we're doing that. You're funny, and then make up other stuff. So even to show you the other dissimilarities of things we do. The other thing I came up with doing with her today is balancing on one foot and doing the longer. So she gets to a minute. She's going to get $5 for that. But right now she has trouble on both feet. So we're going to start doing a recording. Wait for a second, Hannah. So we're going to start writing it down in our accomplishments book or whatever. Oh, here it is. Our challenge book. We're going to have the balance challenge. I'm going to add it as a page. And then we're going to do, the reason we're doing that is she never crawled because of her autism and everything, and her brain was having all these problems coordinating her both mentally and physically. So she has the remnants. She does not walk in an efficient manner. Her feet are more like... Okay, you can close the window. So what's happening is then that her brain is permanently having to do extra work just to get her to walk, where a normal person is over their bones and they just go like this, and she's kind of like a little like this, and it takes a lot more energy, and that takes away from her brain. So I came up with a storybook in this in the same day, and I actually came up with a couple other things we're working on about comparing the houses, which you can see, comparing things, so you can say what their elements are and differences, which is another ABM principle, see distinctions. And so that's in the video I'll be posting about us in the car, our first car video. Anyway, you're going to probably do a lot more of those. Okay, well, thanks for tuning in, and consider, again, like making stories that you can share and illustrate and everything about your child's repetitive, autistic kind of like story thing. Okay, so you want to say bye?
Bye.
Bye. Go ahead and let us, we're going to have a person showing